Tropic update as of 4:45 a.m. PST. And Gabrielle remains a repressive hurricane. However, it appears to have reached peak intensity. They have kept it at 120 knots because it's starting to be impacted by shear. We can see this on the western side. You see how flat it is. Yeah, most of the outflow is going this way. That is some southwesterly shear trying to get to the center, but the eye is still very good at well organized. And it's still a very strong system this morning. It's moving northeastward at 45 by 11 knots and should continue moving on the northwestern side of the mid level subtropical ridge in the next 12 to 24 hours. And then it's our east northeastward in the southern portion of the mid latitude westerlies. A slight turn northeast ahead of the mid latitude trough is expected in 72 to 36 hours, followed by a more eastward motion as Gabrielle merges with the trough. The guidance interval had only minor changes since the last advisory. Yeah, wow. Goodwill is weakening is expected during the next 24 hours due to shear and generally decreasing sea surface temperatures on the forecast track. After that, increasing shear and even cooler water should cause a further weakening. Yeah, I think this is pretty likely. I think weakening could actually be faster, but consider how far north it is. Let's look at the data. Here's the IR of it. Here's the track of it. Could affect the Azores by Friday morning. Um, here's the models. Generally, an agreement of a track towards the Azores. GEFS. And possibly look at free by 48 hours and hurricane by 84. My about in here is where it could be near the Azores. So this is what we have on this system as of this morning. Incredible. Next is Narda, which is becoming stronger. I mean, probably trying to form kind of a bend eye there, maybe. Definitely strengthening. Uh, advisory shows 60 knots, so it's almost a hurricane. It's strengthening. It's formed. It says it's overcast. Microwave path has showed as pretty much helped find the center. Tevin subs almost 4 and 3.5 respectively. Um, its moving south of due west are 265 degrees. A general west remote is expected to continue during the next couple of days, stirred by the subtropical ridge. A turn towards the northwest and a decrease in force speed are expected by day 4 and 5 at a mid level low over Southern California erodes the eastern portion of the subtropical ridge. So they have moved it slightly, just slightly to the west of the previous feature in the next couple of days, for the south or west motion, and then slightly to the right of the then 4 and 5. That's what the models we were looking at yesterday were showing. Uh, so they still following the HCCA, TVCE, and FSSE consensus age. Um, they take it to 90 knots by 36 hours, then keep it to 60 hours, then strengthen it a little more to 95. I think this could become a hurricane, a major hurricane, and the next 36 to 48 hours. Personally, I mean, this thing is probably gonna go down. I mean, environment is awesome, moist air. Models support explosive development, as you can see. Um, yeah, let's take a look at this system. Let's look at the models. And you can see they take it west to the next, this Thursday, then turn it northwestward, which is in line with most of the models. But hey, a lot of models are starting to even turn northward at 96, 96 hours throughout the forecast period, which does pull it into cool water, which could, which really could cap the system's intensity if as we gotta move faster to the north. Probably day 4 or 5. I mean, look at the GFS. Look at that spread. Wow. It took a truck like this. Um, yeah, we'll see. Intensity guidance pretty much takes you to Cat 2. I think freeze very likely. Then weakens it rapidly after 96 hours. Now we're going to look at our new investors. Um, let's start out with 93L, which is at 14.2 north, 47.6 west. Um, which, which is right here. And as you can see, you got some broad spin convection near the center, and they ain't C for this system. It says it's 1,000 miles east of the Lesser Antilles, showing signs of organization. Environmental conditions are favorable for development in the next several days. The invasion could likely form later half of this week. Through west northwest to northwest. As 50% in the next 40 hours, 90% in the next 7 days. Um, yeah. GPS, this is what we have right now, shows northwestward during the next 72 hours, then northward, then we curving out to sea. Probably similar to yeah, GABRIELLE, most likely. They do show it becoming a hurricane, possibly a Cat 1 hurricane, maybe about Sept 2. Let's see if we can get more data. Yeah, we're being capped. If I heard the intensity models, I think it's likely to become a hurricane. But it could remain a little weaker. We'll have to see. Um, let's see. We can see that. Here's the ECNWF, which shows, yeah, pretty much that track. And the GEFS, here's the 144, shows definitely recurving. Let's go this through 162. Next, we're going to look at 94 Owl, which is near the Windward Islands. There's Virgin Islands, here's Puerto Rico. And this thing is going to pop through the Windward Islands, then Puerto Rico, and we'll have to see. But the NHC, as of this morning, shows a 2060 during the next 2 to 7 days. It's almost certainly 93 is going to form, but I think this also has a decent chance of forming, and it's going to give gusty winds and thunderstorms for the Windward Islands. It's moving west-northwestward at 15-20 miles per hour. Um, the system is ready to then slow down and turn northwestward when it reaches the southern western Atlantic near the Bahamas late this week. A depression could form from these disturbance. And let's look at the data for this system this morning. That's 25 knot wind, 17.2 north, 60.7 west. Let's look at the surface data. We don't see any westerlies as of yet, so it doesn't have an LC. And same as the other, there's only GEPS in this motion. Expected to move west-westward in the next 48 to 60 hours, then turn northward. We curving away from the United States could affect the Bahamas before doing so. Yeah, but look at this. I mean, it's necessary going to move away from the United States because the CMC takes it northward, then pulls it inward onto the Carolinas. I mean, this system is definitely the biggest threat in town for the United States. GFS for 162 hours is further to the east, generally. It's 168. This load's very slow, sadly. But it curves it to the east. Um, there's the GFS at 96. 126. More or less forms, more or less just formed one system. I mean, all the ECMWF kind of forms two. Definitely stronger was the Central Atlantic system. Um, I honestly think they both form. Yeah, I think that's pretty likely. CMC is definitely stronger. Hurricane was the Central Atlantic system. Come on, you piece of shit. Wow. So yeah, I mean, sometimes I have to wonder why things have to be so slow sometimes. But here's the statistics for '94. Quite a few, like the ship actually makes it a hurricane. I mean, I think there's a decent chance this system does form. I only have two expectable systems. One potentially lighting up the east coast, or maybe east of it, and another riding east of Bermuda in the next 7 days, which will be interesting. There's 180 on CMC. The levels are just weaker. I mean, but they're definitely stronger for the Eastern system, which I expect. The Central Atlantic system could actually become a Cat 2, or maybe a similar system like go below. I mean, which is the way of looking, but it's possible it could actually steal all the energy and become the only system. It's possible it could merge into one system and do this weird shit. I mean, anything's possible in the Atlantic. The CMC then takes it and the Western moves it out. I mean, it's GFS. There's ECMWF moving everything out. Which is likely to happen. Yeah. That's your chalk update as of this morning.